Welcome to our Anxiety Connection. This is the first episode of a brand new season, and I am so glad we're back together. Took a little break over the summer to work on my next book. So let's look at this as a fresh, clean start. And there are such exciting changes ahead. I cannot wait to share them with you. So buckle up and let's get started. These days, I hear so many people talking about how important it is for all of us to take charge of our physical health, that we need to get to know our own body and to honor its unique and special needs because we're all different. Lots of talk about how important it is to get informed about how to take care of our body, what it needs to thrive, and when and how to get help if that's what we decide we need. So much talk about physical health and taking care of ourselves, but almost no mention of our mental health. And as you may know, it is my passion to start talking about mental health. And this season at Our Anxiety Connection, that is exactly what we are going to do. We're going to be talking about the need to take charge of our mental health in exactly the same way we're going to be taking charge of our physical health. We're going to talk about how to get to know ourselves, who we are, and exactly what we need. And we're going to be talking a lot about honoring each and all of our uniquely special needs. We're going to make it our job to get to know all we need to know about how to take care of our mental health, what we need to thrive, and when and how to get help if that's what we decide we need. This season, we're going to focus on a 10-part series I call Why You're Anxious and What to Do About It. I love the title because I think it says exactly what this series is designed to do. In these 10 episodes, we are going to start by looking at how anxiety works in each of our different and unique brains. We are all different. Then we're going to go step by step through exactly how anxiety shows up in your life. We're going to work together to find the very best way to get you started on your unique healing journey. So if you're tired of worrying about worry, I know, me too. This series is going to answer the why behind your anxiety. More importantly, it is going to give you loads of practical, simple ways to manage your anxiety so it doesn't take over your life. We are going to get you up and moving on the road to feeling better. And this 10-part series is going to be your roadmap, our roadmap. But maybe you're like me and you're thinking, oh, this sounds so exciting. I'm all in. I'm ready. Let's go. But I admit, I am a very good starter of things. I am not a good finisher of things. And maybe you're the same. Maybe you're great at starting, but you don't always follow through. Well, how is this time going to be different? Well, this time, I'm going to be here with you. And so is a community of like-minded people. And I invite you, I welcome you to join me and others like us to talk about what we're going through, to experience it together. I invite you to join us on my Facebook page at facebook.com/Wendy Leeds Keeping Calm. All one string. Left a link in the show notes, so click and go. And you'll notice that there's also a link to my book as well. I think of Common Sense as an anxiety handbook. I wrote it to be an all-in-one guide to getting you on the road to your healing journey, and then offering you support and comfort and direction all along the way, something to get you started and to keep you going until you have the life you deserve and you've been waiting for. The URL for that is wendyleeds.com/book. So, a couple of great ways to keep you on track. But I was recently reminded of a really powerful, simple way to stay on track that I just don't think about enough. And I think this is something that can make a real difference for all of us. I was talking with a friend who said, gee, I'm feeling so much less anxious these days. In fact, I'm feeling pretty good. Well, that got my attention because I love to hear what's working for people. I love to hear what's working and making them feel better. And I could not wait to hear what she was going to say. So I listened as she said. I just started noticing what was triggering my anxiety. And after a while, I noticed that the things that really set me off were consistent. And I recognized there was a clear pattern to what was making me anxious. If I didn't get enough sleep, I was overtired, if I drank too much caffeine, and when I didn't say no, when I knew I should, those things were making me anxious. And when I recognized that there were specific things that triggered me, it put me in control. I had really good information. First of all, I wasn't anxious all the time. And that made me feel so much better. It came and went. More importantly, there were things I could do ahead of time, steps I could take to head off my anxiety before it even started. I could do something ahead of time to make me less anxious. And that's what I did. Got more sleep, gave up my morning espresso, and said no when I needed to. Simple things made a complete difference in my life. Wished I'd done it years ago. And when she was done, all I could think of was, wow, what a powerful story of success and how knowing those triggers can change your life. And I love stories like that because they remind me there are lots of different ways to feeling better. And this is something I think might work for me, and maybe it'll work for you. So let me ask you, are there things in your life that trigger your anxiety? Think about it. Are there people who make you anxious? Situations, places, time of day, food, being over hungry, being overscheduled, or maybe like me, just the thought of being unprepared or late makes my palms sweat. Anyway, take some time, really think about the things that you do or experience consistently that make you anxious. Are you noticing a pattern? Well, let me ask you, what could you do ahead of time now to keep your anxiety at bay? Rearrange your schedule, plan your food, ask for help, whatever it is. If something is coming to mind, I'm asking you, I'm challenging you, go do it right now. Let's start this moment to set ourselves up for success. To keep ourselves on track, let's agree that we are just going to keep looking for and eliminating those triggers. And let me know if finding those triggers works for you. Let me know. I'd love to hear about it. And if it does work for you, you're on your way to feeling better, like my friend. And I'm really glad. But I also know that sometimes it's not that easy, especially when you're feeling exhausted, lost, broken, lonely, or hopeless. And if I'm talking to you, I want you to know I see you. I get it. I've been there too. As a 3-time cancer survivor, I have been too tired to move, too afraid to think, and without hope. What then? What then? How do you get through those dark, difficult days? What I've learned from personal experience is that even in the most difficult, hopeless of days, hope comes in glimmers, in that faint glow of light that shines through the dark. No matter how desperate or tragic things look, there is always, always a glimmer of hope. The trick is to start noticing them. Be on the lookout for those glimmers of pleasure, a hot cup of coffee, a cool breeze, a song you love. Watch for those glimmers of connections with people in your life, a kind word, a smile, a wonderful memory. Notice glimmers of fun, a funny video, a great joke, spending time with your pet or somebody else's pet. And be aware that some of the brightest glimmers of hope can show up simply as moments of peace or calm or grace or love. Here's what I know for sure. The more you look for and find those glimmers, the more light and clarity you'll have to guide you along the road to feeling better. There is always a way back, and there is always hope, and you're not going alone. So to get on track and stay on track, just be aware of life's clues and nudges, the triggers and glimmers that guide us all along our way. And remember, please, you're not alone. We are in this together. Together, we are going to support and care for each other as we continue to talk and share and take charge of our mental health once and for all.